Right away.
It went up, and just built up this snow. No. That's how.
I'm Diana Lisha Goodband. I'm a farmer and a grandmother, and I'm in Dummerston. I live in Dummerston on a farm, and I've been against the nuke for over 30 years, and I'm looking forward to 2012 as the time to shut it down. I've lived in the shadow all that time. I've raised a family, and every day I worry about this plant. We can't afford to have an accident, and when I have an old car, I replace it. It's time to replace the nuclear power plant.
I'm Cheryl Hogan from Conway, Massachusetts. This issue affects us daily because we're downwind from a nuclear reactor, and because I know that nuclear waste doesn't disappear ever, and why can we want to produce more of it? And I hope that by walking up through Vermont, we'll get Vermonters who are upwind to notice what's happening in their own state and to stop using nuclear energy.
My name is Veranda Porsche and I live in Guilford, Vermont. I'm here because I moved to Vermont shortly before Vermont Yankee went online, and we didn't have the capacity to stop it before it started, and it's time for us to do it now.
We have designated leaders and designated non-leaders.
My name is Julie Moulton. I live in Spofford, New Hampshire, which is just over the bridge from Brattleboro. And I was born in Keene, so I grew up in this area and lived here most of my life. And I'm walking today because I feel like it's extremely important that when Vermont Yankees license expires, that the legislature votes to shut it down as it was meant to be shut down, because life is used up, and we have other energy sources that are much more cost effective and environmentally sound.
My name is Rebecca White. I'm an environmental lawyer and I live in Chelsea, Vermont. I've lived up here for about 2 years. I'm concerned about relicensing Vermont Yankee. I think it would be a terrible idea, especially since Entergy wants to spin off the plants, including Indian Point and Vermont and Pilgrim and Cape Cod, to an LLC, take on a huge amount of debt. I think it will be a very bad deal for Vermonters.
My name's Torsti Rovinen. I live in Chelsea, Vermont, and I read about the walk from Brattleboro to Montpelier a few weeks back and happened to be in South Royalton when they were coming through. And since I'm highly in favor of Vermont's Yankees license not being renewed, I decided to join the walk for a day. And I met a lot of wonderful people, very dedicated to what they're doing, and it ended up working out really well.
I'm Tim Giles. I live in Williamstown, Vermont. We don't need power from these plants. I've been solar for 20 years, and there's lots of other ways to get electricity than through nuclear power plants.
We just want our voice to be heard.
There are far better ways to generate electricity than nuclear.
What can they possibly do with all this waste that's going to last for thousands and thousands of years?
Yeah, solve that problem. I have a vested interest in the future.
Yeah.
Go green!
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Sun.